Kevin with FasTrax here again. I've got Mark with an absolutely incredible, I called unique, Austin Mini.
Thank you.
Mark, tell me about your car.
Well, it's a project basically, and it was limited on the size of the garage on what the size of the project was. So that's why it was a Mini. 9 years ago, I didn't know squat about Minis.
Yeah.
Now, it's not much I don't know about them because I pretty well replaced every part on this car. It was the guy I bought it from. He had painted it, did a rotisserie paint job on it. Awesome paint. That paint's 14 years old.
Wow.
But he put it all back together with used parts.
Yeah.
So for the last 9 years, all I've been doing is replacing everything with new, because you can get everything, pretty well everything from England for them.
Right.
They're still available, and there's aftermarket stuff. Like I've got some aftermarket stuff on it as well, but like I took it out for the first drive, it still had drum brakes on the front.
Yeah.
That scared me. So the next thing is we're putting disc brake conversion on the front end just because it was just so scary with the drum brakes.
I bet.
And all I've been doing is just basically replacing everything on it. The paint was immaculate.
Yeah.
And the last thing I did was get the motor and the transmission done. Everything else is like it's all new suspension underneath. Just did the rear end brakes and everything about a month ago.
Right.
And like I said, just a project. I needed something to do to keep the hands busy, and it's a straight legal go kart.
Really, it is.
It's a 1310cc, like 1275 60 over with the Weber on it. It's putting out just about 100 horse.
That's incredible. And it weighs what?
1,200 horse.
I mean, God, it's like a motorcycle.
It is. Yeah. Corners, brakes. You don't need brakes to go around corners with this. A good friend of mine with the truck next to us here, we were coming back from a show, and we were making a left turn, 90-degree left turn off the road. And he just watched me go around the corner, and he says, I had to slow down, brake, I felt the truck would lean over a bit, and I looked, and I was gone. Because he says he never touched the brakes.
Yeah.
I don't have to touch the brakes.
That's incredible.
It's got unique suspension in it. It rides like a logging truck.
Yeah.
But it just handles unbelievable.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I know you've done a lot of work to the car. I want to get everything you've done, so let's just look a little bit. Now the engine itself, the engine is not stock or is stock?
No, it's a 1275cc, which came in the Cooper S's.
Yep.
Which was the
reminder of who your hosts are
rally
today.
car, whatever you want to call it. I vote this over. It's blown over to 60 over, so it's 1310cc.
Yeah.
And it's got a aluminum head on it, oversized valves, roller eyes.
Yep.
Coming up,
bottom end is standard light and flywheel race clutch, new crank in it. When I was having the motor built for me, like Miles Gritsbits, he built the motor for me. I'd be working, I'd get the phone call every Monday while he was building the motor saying, oh, well, you need to do this if you're going to do this. How much is it going to cost me, right? So he basically built the motor for me and went through the tranny. The tranny is basically redone. And it's just a 4-speed because with the Minis, the transmission is oil pan.
Right.
So your combination 2050 oil, you got to run zinc in them for lubrication. But your VR1 valve has zinc in it, so you can buy it over the counter.
Perfect.
Right, so it's perfect in that. So that's not an issue, and it's a remote shift basically. So with the 4-speed, and it's just a lot of fun. But the motor is like I put an MSD ignition on it just to give it a little bit more spark.
Yeah. And
that, and the car's only got 2 fuses.
Spectators are
really?
Yeah. So I'm holding this wire for my MSD, and it needs constant power, and I'm going, I can't hook it up to the 2 fuses. So ended up having the wire, but it's a security system as well, right? So because you got to hit a couple extra switches for it to start. It'll turn over, but it'll never fire.
So I can fire up.
Yeah. So just stuff like that, and lots of lights. There's all LED lights in it, because then like I just redid the front end on it, so I got 2 more lights to put on the front. I just didn't have time to do that.
Right.
So I run with the lights on all the time, and people say, well, "What do you got with the driving lights on?" I says, "So people see me."
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because they can hear me, but they don't see me.
That's a small car.
It's very small.
Coming up, I think that's in
September. Now the suspension you said is
rubber cone suspension.
Okay.
So it's just like a little rubber cone.
Yeah.
And basically the vertical. The rears are horizontal.
Right.
I've got the high-low adjustability on them, so I can adjust the height. I can raise the car 4 inches.
4 inches.
Yeah.
We'll get some bikes
Or
out
I
for
can
that,
it's almost as low as I can go with the wheels I've gone it. I went different wheels.
For Santa's
I had
Arm.
5-inch wheels and I had it probably about an inch lower.
Yeah.
But when I went to the 6-inch wide wheels, couldn't turn. I had to lift the car back up.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, but they're unique wheels. They're from England.
Yeah.
And like you can't buy tires here. You got to get them from England.
Is there a
Nobody
David
gets-
Hockland?
They're
down here?
Yokohamas.
David Hockland.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
So
come up
they're
to the,
good quality tire and stuff like
the
that.
music here? David
And,
Hockland.
yeah.
I believe
Just
that's
did
the
that.
name. David
The
Hockland,
suspension's
come up
got
to the
I got
announce
Spax
booth here, please.
adjustable gas shocks all the way around on it.
Yeah.
And that, so you can change the way way it rides and that. And if you have them all the same, it rides a lot nicer than if they're all different numbers, which I had at one point. So
Yeah.
I just can adjust them right.
Just playing with them.
Just playing with them. Yeah, exactly. So
Excellent. And exhaust on it?
it's just an RC40 exhaust. It's
Okay.
just a typical exhaust, single outlet.
There's
A lot
David
of them they had a
Hockland out
side,
there.
like
David
an outlet
Hockland.
that
I
come
believe
out to
that's
one
the last
side.
name.
Yeah.
David Hockland.
This was on
Are
it.
you out there?
I'm happy with
Is
it.
that you? You're
Works
missing
fine.
something?
It doesn't have to be super loud.
No, but
No.
it is.
It is.
It's like a Harley, right? You can make it as loud as you want.
Absolutely.
Depends how you drive it.
That's right.
I like the Weber. It makes a big difference because I don't know squat about SU carburetors, but I used to race with Webers. I know Webers.
Yep.
So let's put a Weber on it, and not to be some
I got this
Weber
good-looking
on.
young
Oh,
lady walking around
it's
with
such a unique sound. It takes the air and it's just
Just
Somebody
sucks
come
it
up
in.
and
Yeah,
buy
it's
something
awesome.
for us.
There's no
Not
radio
selling
in the
anything
car.
right
It does
now.
not have a radio.
Doesn't need it.
So
Doesn't
she's
need it.
available to sell
no.
tickets.
When you have a car that sounds like
Sell
this,
50-50
you don't need a radio.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a thing with most people. They, you talk with them about them with their car, and I've got this kind of radio, I got that, and I got this. All the new cars have these, DVDs and radios and sounds and subs. When you've got a car that sounds incredible with the engine and the exhaust,
It's deafening.
that's
It
music
is.
to my ears.
It's 100 decibels at 100K.
Wow,
I do have earplugs that I wear if I'm going on any length of drive.
that's more accessible than I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. So,
that's incredible. Brakes wise on it all the way around.
drum brakes in the back.
Okay.
Fin extended aluminum brake drums.
Yep.
So a little bit of cooling there. Front end is Cooper S disc brakes, but 4-pot aluminum calipers on it.
Right.
All the brake lines on it are all stainless.
Good.
All the
Yeah.
lines on it are stainless. Clutch, brakes, everything. So did everything nice, and I'm an ex-trucker. So chrome's nice. Like every chrome accessory that you can get for a Mini is on this car.
Yeah. Good.
Right? Because the Cooper S's didn't have the chrome around the windows and the doors.
Yeah.
Mine does.
Yes.
Because it's chrome.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
What's it like finding chrome for that if you had to replace it?
Is it show
England.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You
Is
can
it
get pretty well, you
1071?
can get anything for them.
All
I
right.
mean,
So 1275.
there's a main company over in England. It's called Mini Spares.
Yeah.
They actually have a lot of the original tooling that they manufacture the parts.
Really?
But you can buy a complete shell from England for about 16 grand.
Wow.
A bare shell, complete, everything. But you can get all the body panels for them. So it's not an issue, right? It's just our dollar sucks
Yeah,
against
of
the
course.
British pound, right?
Yeah.
But for the last, probably not so much the last couple of years, but before that, there was probably a package coming from England on our front porch probably about every 2 months. And the wife is going, now what do you buy? Right? So, but
Yeah.
like I said, everything on the car has been replaced. It's all urethane bushings, it's all new suspension on it, new brakes, all the lines are repaired. And it's just, I got a box full of stuff that I just haven't put on it, like gaskets and fill like gaskets and everything.
There's still to-do list.
Oh, it always is.
Always. It
Always
never
is.
ends.
Yeah.
Never ends. And is it a 3 or 4 point harness in here? Or
Just
4 or 5?
Just a 3-point.
Three point. Okay.
Yeah. It just one strap coming over the seat. With
Yep.
dual straps. So
Excellent.
and that. I've hesitated putting a roll bar in it
Yeah.
just because I got grandchildren.
Right.
And they like going in the Mini, right? So
Of
if
course.
I put a roll bar in it, they're not going to get in the back seat.
Right.
They're just about low enough where, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
And I'd love to get it out on a track.
Yeah.
to see what it would go like, because like you watch the old videos, the YouTube videos with them racing against V8 Mustangs, right?
Yeah.
Mustangs smoking them on the straight
yeah.
stretches, and then the Mini smoking them on the corners,
Well,
because they handle.
the power to weight ratio is incredible.
Oh, totally.
I mean, you know, you can have all the horsepower you want, but if the car is heavy,
Yeah. Well, and like originally, like the Mini 1000 came with 52 horsepower.
yeah,
Right?
you're double that.
Yeah. You feel like you're going fast because you're so low to the ground.
Yeah.
But now you actually are. Like I can cruise at about 20 down the highway and that $4,000, right? And the motor's good for 7.
Good to drive on the road, obviously.
Well, Edmonton roads, no.
No.
Smoothness is not a trait that we have in this province, but it is what it is. I had little racing buckets in it,
Yeah.
and anything more than 1 hour drive, my spine was killing me. So put a little bit better seat, like put some new seats in it that got a little bit of cushion, and they look all right. Get them upholstered, matched. I'm anal about the interior. The interior is all matching. And
Of course.
a lot of guys just throw seats in. Well, that's good. No,
Not for you.
not for me.
Yeah.
And like, there's been a lot of work done on the interior, and basically it's like, because if you notice, it's got a wood grain dash in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's not made for this car, or it's not for this year model, because they didn't have a dash pad on the top.
Okay.
Well, I can weld, I can fabricate, I make a dash pad.
There you go.
I upholster it, I install it, now I have a wood grain dash.
Yeah.
Right? And just stuff like that, and doing the seats.
The
And
fine details that you put in that
Yeah.
you want.
maybe people won't think it's that great, but or think it's, why would you do that? But that's
not
just
their
the way
car.
it is. It's not their car, right? Same with, like, I just put a new front balance on the car about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It fell off the jack, crunched the balance. You couldn't really see it. It's behind the license plate, but I knew it was there.
Yeah.
Well, let's get brave. Let's cut the front end off and put a new front end on it, fabricate it, and get it on. And this is what I got now. It's a different air dam and a new front end that's straight.
That's fantastic. Anything else you're going to do to the car, or is it pretty well done?
You can get a supercharger for me.
Yeah.
Kind of leaning towards that, but the Mini guy doesn't really know much about them, so he's not going to be any help to me.
Yeah.
But the kits are pretty well a bolt-on kit, and I can use the same Weber I've got on it, and it'll put the horsepower probably up to about 130.
That's a lot.
But like in most cars, what's the biggest problem with front-wheel drive is torque steer when you got a lot of power.
Yeah.
Well, because their drive shafts are 2 different lengths. The Minis are the same length because it's in the center of the car, so
Yeah.
you don't get a lot of torque steer. You just smoke the tires.
Absolutely.
You don't light the tires off. Like when I put the new motor in it, I was running tires that were dated 2001, and I'm going,
Yeah.
maybe I might, like, they were good shape. They weren't
Yeah.
back because the car had been stored,
Yeah.
but I figured maybe I should put some new tires on it. Right?
Yeah.
That's when I got the new wheels and the new tires for it and everything, just for a little bit more modern rubber. And that I don't drive the car a lot. It's a weekend driver.
Yeah.
Like, I don't drive my daily driver if the sun's out. I take the Mini.
Yeah.
Right? Be
Of
walking
course.
around town or doing whatever I need to do with it.
Absolutely.
And I just found like it's gotten so expensive.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I built motors back in the late 80s, early 90s when I was racing 510s. Well, you could build a motor and it cost you $3,000.
Yeah.
That motor sitting in there between the motor and transmission is $15,000.
Yeah.
Right? And so but it's reliable.
Yeah.
Like the first 5 years owning the car, the wife, I'd be going for a scoot somewhere, and the wife said, "I got my cell phone, so if you break down, call me."
Call me. Yep.
And there were numerous times just ran out of gas, didn't have the gas gauge accurate, ran out of gas, had a dead battery. Like, she comes and gives me a boost and I drive it home. But that's always the standing joke. The car is reliable now.
Yep.
I don't bat an eye, and like to go on a trip with it. I want to go to the coast. I'm from Vancouver Island.
Right.
So I want to take it to the coast, but I'm just not quite there yet for the bravery. Like, farthest I've gone is Bakerville.
Right.
To a car show.
Yep.
And so that's the distance I've gone. So, but it's not a comfortable car to drive. Like, there's no comfort in it at all, but it's a hoot to drive because it's a street legal go car.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it is.
It's fantastic.
And I can wash the whole roof when I'm washing it. I don't have to stand on the stand.
That's the best part.
That's the best part, yeah. For me,
Absolutely.
being vertically challenged like I am.
Yeah, well, you can take a look. We're not that much far off. Yeah, far off.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again. I do appreciate it.
I appreciate the look.
Thank you.
If you're an automotive enthusiast like we are, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you're alerted when new videos go live. Share the channel with your friends and family. We post videos weekly, and this is completely free.